Hello everyone, my name is Matt and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I have a walkthrough of a lesson I designed for grade 1 or grade 2, and it's teaching the shapes as well as reviewing the colors, the numbers, and also teaching the word want and how many. I think it's a great lesson. I've wanted to teach this lesson to my students. I haven't taught grade 1 and 2 for a few years, so I didn't get to teach it to my students in the public school, but I think it's a really great lesson. Some long words, rectangle, triangle, diamond. It's just a fun lesson. The kids really like it, and I have taught this material in years past and it went really well. You can teach actions and everything, and it reviews so many things at once. You know, like I said, counting, the colors, teaches the shapes. We're learning the word want. I want the red square, please. I want the blue triangle, please. How many triangles? 3 blue triangles. Lots of useful language here, so I just think it's a great lesson. This lesson is also full of games, as always, to keep the kids engaged and wanting to learn and speak English. So if you want to download this lesson and teach it yourself, just go to the links in the video description below, and you have 3 choices. You can either buy it on Shopify, where I have a whole store now. You can look through all of my lessons and create your own bundles. Don't forget to create your own bundles. You can save a lot of money doing that. You can buy up to 50 lessons together and save like 35 or 40% or something crazy. Or you can go to the other links below, which will take you to like an end of sale through Sendowl. It's a really quick way to buy the lesson. And also Taobao. So you can go to my Taobao store and find it there, and I will email it to you as quick as I can. Okay, so I really hope you guys enjoy this lesson. If you do, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel if you're not already. And let's get right into it. All right, let's have a look at this PowerPoint. So as with all my PowerPoints, it starts with the classroom management stuff, my rules, and then check the star count. And then for the warm-up here, I have, I'll just show you. For the warm-up, I have what's your name? So this is for grade 1 and 2. It should be quite easy. You can ask a few of them what their names are. You can have them ask each other. And you can do actions like, what's your name? And my name is, and say your name, and then call on a few students to model that. And then how are you? This is directly out of my first day of school lesson, how are you? So they can, answer, how are you? I am angry. I am fantastic. And they can get points, okay? Yeah, it's right out of that lesson. And then our review. You can add whatever you like here. I always keep this slide in here just in case, just so other teachers know where to put their review. And also for this lesson, since they are going to need to know how to count, there's a quick review of how to count to 10. If this is for grade, if it's for grade 2, I mean, depending on their level, it's good to just go through and review it. This is an editable PowerPoint though, so if you don't want to include this, you can just delete it. But since I am going to be asking them to count, I just want to refresh their memories just in case. You can play a quick game here. So this thing pops up and the first student to say 3 gets points, and so on. So it's just a quick little review there for them. So, during class, if you're asking them to count like 6 shapes, they're not like struggling. It'll refresh their memory. So depends on their level. Like I said, you can delete it if you don't need it, but it's always good to have it there. If anything, you can just count 1 to 10 with them using it. You don't have to play this game or anything. All right, and let's go into the lesson. All right, teaching part 1. So in this lesson, we are teaching the shapes. So first I'll show this to them in their first language. If you decide to buy this PowerPoint and download it, you can change that Mandarin Chinese into any language you like. This PowerPoint is totally editable. I get lots of messages about that asking me, can I change the PowerPoint? Can I edit it? Yes, you can. Once you download this PowerPoint, you can do whatever you like to it, okay? You can use it as a template for all your future lessons if you want, okay? So first, I'll show it as a singular and make them say it, and then as the plural, okay? Shape and shapes. Now, if you're teaching this to grade 1 and 2, you can have them write it in their notebook. I don't include a notebook sign on here like I usually do on the side of the slide to indicate they should write it down. It's up to you. I mean, with little kids, it can take a long time sometimes for some of them to write. So depending on what part of the year you're teaching this, you can make a judgment if you want to have them write it in their notebook. Okay, and then go through each shape one by one, showing it in their first language, see if they know it, which is important. You can see their level. It'll help you prepare future classes, and then show it. Okay, a square, square, a square, and you can do an action, and then teach them a sentence. It's a square. It's a green square. Okay? And then go through each one like this, show it in their first language, and then the word, show it in their first language, see if they know it, and then the word. Okay, a circle, it's a purple circle. Okay, next one is an oval. It's an oval. Okay, it's a yellow oval. And then we have a triangle. It's a triangle. It's a blue triangle. And like I said, you can do actions for these. Okay, you can teach them an action as you go through them. It'll help them remember. And you can play games with that if you like. So this one's a rectangle. And it is a red rectangle. Okay, do an action. And then we have a diamond. It's a diamond. It's an orange diamond. Okay. And then let's say them again. Okay, so for this, you can show them one by one. An oval, a circle, a triangle, a rectangle, a square, and a diamond. Okay, and then you can show it with the colors. A yellow oval, a purple circle, a blue triangle, a red rectangle, a green square, an orange diamond. And then we can sing a song. Okay, so the song I included here has 2 extra words. It has heart and star. I think teaching 8 words to grade 1, especially with some of these words like rectangle and diamond and triangle, it might be too difficult for some of them, so I'm just including 6 words in my lesson. But this song does have 8 words, but it's okay. They can sing and they can learn, they can hear those other words, they can say them. You can have them write it down in their notebook if they want. It's just not part of the main target language. Okay? After we sing, yeah, we're going to play a quick game. This is a quick say game. First, I will say the shape, and they say the number. So I say circle, they say 2. The first student to say 2 gets points. And they should say, I'll say a purple circle, they say 2. A blue triangle, they say 3. You can say it without the color, because the color will, help them. If you say red, they'll just look for red, and red is 4. Okay, so if it were me, when I teach this lesson, I probably won't say the color, because it'll help them. But you can do it just to give them, to practice. You can do it so once they understand, and then you can say it without the color so that they have to just know what shape it is. So just keep that in mind when you're doing stuff like that, that if you say something that they know and they can match easier, they're not really getting the point of the game, the lesson. They hear green, they look for green, green's 5, but they don't remember square. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And then we go to the flying shapes game. So don't forget to say the colors. The reason I say that there is because I want them to say both here. So here it should be a blue triangle, okay? And the first student to say it gets points. So for example, it's like this. Okay, it flew by. They're all sitting there watching. The first student to say a purple circle gets points. If they just start saying circle, it's fine. And then you can say, what color? What color? What color was the circle? Or what color is the circle? Then they say purple, a purple circle. Okay? So they say diamond, diamond. That student can get points. And then you can say, what color? And then they say an orange diamond. Okay? Same thing here. A square. A green square. Okay? If they say it like that, you can praise them. If they have the color and automatically, you can praise them. But still give points to the other students if they're just saying the shape. Because the shape is the point at this part of the lesson. We want them to remember the shapes. And that's already hard enough. So if they're forgetting to say the color, it's okay. But I'm just reminding you that, if they see it, we want to be connecting that they say the color before the shape. Okay, so square, a green square. Okay, triangle, what color? A blue triangle. Okay, it's going to depend on your style. You'll figure out your own way, but for me, that's how I like to do it. You don't want to push them too hard, but you just want to remind them of it. So if they say rectangle without the color, it's fine. Still get points, but then ask them what color, or say, what? Rectangle? Oh, yeah, a red rectangle. Okay. I like this game because it's very exciting, and the kids just absolutely they go wild for it. Okay, so the next game is the slow reveal game. If you've seen my lessons before, I have this game in a few of my lessons already. I think it's a great game, and if you download this PowerPoint, you'll have this as a template that you can change and add to all of your lessons in the future. It's very simple. It just slowly reveals a picture or whatever, and whoever says it first gets points. So if they say a circle, they get points. If they say a purple circle, you can say they get 2 points. Or it's up to you totally, but here's the way it looks. And like I said, you can use this as a template. You can buy this lesson and just use this. People love this one, It's really a great game for little kids. They really absolutely love it. So you start like this. They start seeing it. Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? and all of the words are here, you know. And before I even show them anything, I'll just show you here. So if they see a triangle, they should say a blue triangle as well. Here, you can say all the words of them when you come to the first slide. An oval, a circle, a square, a diamond, a triangle, a rectangle. And then quickly point at one of the other ones, quickly point. See if they can read it. You know, see if they can remember what they are, okay? It's really great practice for the reading, and then you can start showing it. Oh, what is that? What is that? What is that? Oh, a diamond! Good job, 2 points. What color is it? Good, an orange diamond. This thing with the and, you can remind them about the rule. Depending on their age, depending on their level, they might already understand why. You can write on the board why that is, with the vowels and stuff. But it's not crucial that they remember at this point. It's just something you can add in. Some of them will remember it, but it's not like, you know, a crucial part of the lesson. So just like this throughout for all of them. Okay, so this is the square. That's why you can't really see it there. And yeah, it's a great game. Students love it, and it's actually fun to moderate this game because they get really excited. They have really funny faces while they're watching, and like they really want to, you know, be the first one to say it. Okay, so it's just a great game. And then the next game is guess the color. So here there are 3 shapes, the same shape, and they have to guess which color it is. So what you do is you call in one student from each team to guess which one's behind here. So, and I like to put next to their team name on the board which one they guessed. Okay, so they'll have to stand up, one student from each team, and they can guess the same one if they want. And they say a purple triangle. So team 1's a purple triangle. Team 2 says a black triangle. Next, team 2, you can write black. And then team 3 says a black triangle. Okay, black. And then team 4 says a green triangle. Green for team 4, and then reveal what it is. It's a green triangle. Whichever team guessed a green triangle can get points. Okay, and the whole class says a green triangle. The key is we just want them to say the vocabulary and stuff as many times as we can in a way that they find interesting. Okay, so again, rinse and repeat. Student stands up and say, you can actually make them say a sentence like, I think it's a red square. I think it's a red square. You can have them do that if you see that it's, you know, you think they can handle that. You can write that structure on the board. You know, I think it's you know, and yeah, stand up. A red square, or I think it's a red square. Team 1 says red square. I think it's a white square, or just white square. And that's for team 2, and so on. But rinse and repeat for each one, and then reveal the right answer and give points for the correct guesser, whoever guesses it correctly. Hopefully they'll say the vocabulary a bunch of times here, and the students will hear it a bunch of times. You know, they'll hear the word circle and square every round. They hear it. Like if you have 4 teams, they hear it 4 times. Okay, they hear it a bunch of times, so they're starting to remember it. Okay, and then let's go on to teaching part 2. Okay, so teaching part 2, we're teaching them the word want. Okay, again, show it in their first language first, see if they know it. Show them a sentence in their first language and see if they can say it in English. In China, with grade 1, it's really hit or miss whether or not the kids can even read the Chinese at that age. Just depends. Some kids can read really well already. Some kids can't. For a kid that can read really well, or you see other kids like, I don't understand, you can have one of the students stand up, or if you can speak Chinese, you can read it in Chinese to them, or you can have a student who can read Chinese already stand up and say it. Okay, and everyone can listen and see if they can say it in English. Okay, and shower praise on them if they can do it, because it's not easy. Okay. So I want the blue triangle, please. And then you see her getting the blue triangle, okay? So you can teach them, you know, want. They can see I mean, again, maybe they can't read this. You can say it. Have some students who can already read Chinese really well say it. In grade 2, you're not going to have an issue with this. Honestly, I think in grade 1, a lot of the students can already read this stuff, but there might be some words they don't know, okay? No, I think in this sentence, I think they know all of it. Okay, I mean, this might be the only word they weren't sure of, but we just taught that to them, you know, the word triangle in Chinese, so they might already know it. Okay, and then go through one by one, same, rinse and repeat. You just want them to be hearing it. And you can actually teach them an action for each thing in the sentence. You know, I want the orange oval, please. Whatever. You can think of your own actions. I've had different actions over the years. I mean, some actions have stayed the same, but I've made adjustments, you know, whatever feels natural to me. And sometimes year to year, I feel like a certain action feels more natural, and so I'll make changes and stuff. So those actions don't need to be set in stone year to year, but they should be set in stone for each, you know, semester or each year that you're teaching. So it's consistent for the students that you're teaching. Okay. Okay, and then this is choose a shape and get points. Okay, so this game is very fun. You can see here, she says, I want the pink rectangle, please. And the hand came out and it removed it and gave her 3 points. So they see very clearly they're going to get points based on what they choose. Okay, and this is, you'll have students who, with every class, you'll have students who understand it quicker and they'll pick up really fast what you're asking them to do. You can say it to them, you know, choose a shape and the color, and you can come up and you can, well, if you want, you can have them come, excuse me, have them come up and they can point at it and they can say it, or from their seat, they can stand up and say it, you know. For the first few rounds, maybe have them come up, and then after they feel familiar with it, or if you use this as part of your review, they don't have to come up. Okay, so they say, a student from one of the teams, let's say you start with team 3 this time, say, I want the brown circle, please. And then you'll, oh, the brown circle, this one. They say, yes, yes. And you click on it, and they get points. Okay, next team, I want the, oh, and also forgot, you can have the whole class say, what do you want? What do you want? You can chant it. Okay, or which one do you want? Which one do you want? Even though the students might not fully understand the entire sentence, they understand you're asking them to choose something, so they'll hear it a bunch of times, and they'll be chanting it, and that's good for their language acquisition as well, and their pronunciation and fluency and everything. Just have them say as much English as possible. Okay, so the student stands up or comes to the front, and you say, which one do you want? Or what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? The whole class says it. Okay, then they say, I want the black diamond, please. Ooh, 7 points. They sit down, next team comes up. What do you want? Or which one do you want? Or which shape do you want? You can even do that one. And they say, I want the red square, please. 7 points too. And rinse and repeat for all of them. Okay, until they're all done. Okay, and then go on to the next part. Okay, teaching part 3. So in this part, I just want to remind them, or this could be teaching them, you know, if you already taught the fruit lessons with how many, if you have that one of mine, then this will be a review for them. If not, yeah, this will be when you teach it. So I have them set up the exact same way. But like I said, even if you taught it before, you should remind them of this. And also, they need to say it and hear the pronunciation. So circle, circles. Okay, and before you show it the first time like this, you're going to say circle, and then you can say, what are these? What are these? And see if anyone remembers that they have to add the S. Okay, circles, circles, and chant it with them. Okay, same thing here. Oval, oval, ovals, ovals. Okay, square, squares, squares. Rectangle, rectangles. If they want to say the color here too, it's fine. Triangle, triangles. Diamond, diamonds. In Chinese, they don't have this concept of plurals, so it's really important that you know, review it with them so they remember. A lot of students forget to add. Even adults I'm friends with forget. Oval, ovals, square, squares, diamond, diamonds. And you can actually have a student stand up and see if they can do all of them. You know, they like to show off. Circle, circles, triangle, triangles, rectangle, rectangles. Okay, and then keep going. So again, this is directly from the fruit lesson, the how many lesson. But again, you can either teach it here, or if you already had that lesson, you already taught that lesson, this is a great review for them. Okay, so how many? How many? Okay, how many triangles? How many triangles? You can have the whole class say it, then count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 green triangles. 4 green triangles. How many squares? How many squares? Have the class say it. Call on a student, see if they can do it. They count 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 red squares. 3 red squares. How many circles? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blue circles. Okay. How many rectangles? How many rectangles? And it's good for them to see this, that you're saying the S because you don't know when you're asking this question how many there are, okay? One brown rectangle. One brown rectangle. Okay? And then go on to the next part of the lesson. I just realized that that last sentence was missing a period, so I added it in here. Rectangle. Period. All right, so let's talk game time. Okay, so here, please choose a shape. I want the, and they should choose one. Now I have it here to remind the teacher, you know, if you're teaching this, don't forget, click on the shape you want, okay? Click on the shape so the students can come up and push the touch screen, or you can push it, okay? So please choose a shape. You can have the whole class say that. Please choose a shape. They can just parrot it from you. And they should say, I want the square. If they say the green square, it doesn't matter. There's only one square, so it doesn't matter if they say the color, okay? But you've been training them to say the color. So if they say it, that's fine. Click on the square, and it takes them to the slide about squares, okay? And you can see the question's the same. How many squares? Now they can choose which one do they want. 2 brown squares, 1 red square, 6 green squares, or 4 white squares. You can say it like that to them. 2 brown squares, for the first round at least, so they understand. 1 red square, 6 green squares, or 4 white squares. You're going to be helping them maybe for the first round until they understand what you want. Tell them to choose one. Okay, so they choose one. Let's say they say, 2 brown squares. 5 points. Good job, everyone. 5. What was it? 5 or I forget. Oh, 2 brown squares. My memory's so bad. And then good job, and then click the home button to go back. Okay. So here we're practicing the shapes. We're practicing how to count, how many, hearing the word how many, and they're also practicing the. Sorry, I'm like hearing someone walk upstairs and losing my train of thought. So here they have the color, the shape, how many, and the counting. Okay, so let's say, for example, the next student chooses oval. Please choose a shape. I want the oval, please. Click it. How many ovals? And you can have the class ask or have the team ask. Generally with my class, what I like to do is, you know, you can have the whole class ask the student. So a student from one team stands up, for example. Let's go back and say it again. I'm losing my train of thought because someone's walking around up there. I'm in America right now, by the way. So we're not in China right now. We're visiting my parents in America, so I'm in America right now. So the whole class can say, please choose a shape. And they say, I want the yellow oval, or just the oval, please. Click on it. Now, that student who's playing, their team can ask them, how many ovals? And you can give that team points based on how well they asked the question, how many asked together, etc. So you can say, team 1, please ask, how many ovals? If you say it really, really well, you can get 5 points. Okay, so then they say it, and you're like, these 2 students weren't saying it, only 4 points, add 4 points. Okay, that really encourages them. When the other teams see, and once they understand that you do that, they are going to be giving points based on how well they ask. If they all ask, you'll have them all saying it, okay? It works really well. So, how many ovals? Good job, team, 4 points. This student wasn't asking, so not 5 points. And then they say, 2 blue ovals. Good job. Let's see. Ooh, 2 points. Like, only 2 points. No. And then go back. Okay? Next one. Please choose a shape. I want the diamond, please. Click on it. That team asks, or the whole class asks if you want. I think teams work better for this because you really encourage them because they're competing. So that team says, how many diamonds? Wow, good job. 5 points. And they have to count. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 diamonds. What color? Oh, 8 purple diamonds. 5 points. Good job. Go sit down. Next team. Who wants to play? All right, team 3. Okay, you can come up. Come on up. Choose one of the students. She says, I want the red rectangle, or the rectangle, please. Here we go. That team, are you ready? Please say it together. How many rectangles? How many rectangles? Oh, no, a few students weren't asking. Only 4 points. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, 7 rectangles. What color? Ooh, 7 yellow rectangles. Good job. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so that's the way it works. It's a simple, fun, but effective game, and they're practicing everything they learned. The shapes, the colors they reviewed, the numbers, how many, the word want, I want the, and adding the polite word please in there. Okay, so that is the lesson. That's how it works. And at the end, I was going to include a review thing, but I think you probably won't have time. And also, there's too much to review on a single slide. So what we just did, this game is pretty much, that is the entire lesson, and it's too much to fit on one slide. You could do it. You could put a bunch of these types of things on the thing and have them review, but I don't think it's necessary here since you have so much here to play with. And you're not going to, I think, get through this lesson in a single, 45-minute class. And have time left over to sit through an entire review section. So it's not necessary, I think. But in future lessons, you can take part of this lesson. What I'll do in the future is take this final part of the lesson and change the points by just, pulling these down, selecting all four, pulling them down and changing the points. And then I'll bring that to the next lesson, as the review, and they'll remember the game. They can easily do it. It's a great way to practice, and they don't know what the points are. So they're going to find out quickly. You can tell them the points have changed, and they're going to click and think they know where the 8 is, and it's going to be a 3. And then they're like, oh, he changed it. The teacher changed it. Okay. So that's the whole lesson. All right. That's the end of the lesson. I really hope you found that useful. If you did, don't forget, you can teach this lesson yourself. Just go to the links in the video description below. You have 3 choices: Shopify, the direct to end of sale, downloads through Sendowl, or Taobao. Okay, so there's 3 ways to buy my lessons now. And yeah, don't wait, download them. It'll save you a ton of time if you download these lessons, as opposed to creating them yourself or even downloading them and using them as templates. It'll just save you a ton of time. This lesson took me hours and hours and hours to make, and I'm giving it to you for a really, really cheap price. That's, you get paid multiples of what this lesson costs in a single hour. So I just think it's a really good value for everyone. So I really hope people take advantage of that. And yeah, don't wait, buy them now. Okay. And yeah, hit the like button if you like this, subscribe to this channel if you're not already, and leave a comment below if you have any questions. I love to hear from you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.